Enough of that. Amy in Wilmington, Delaware, line 1. Amy, you're live on the great AM 740 in Wilmington, the John Fredericks Media Network. Amy, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, I think Pam Bondi is facing a lot of problems perhaps she didn't anticipate, particularly entrenchment at local offices of the Department of Justice. You had this situation in Minneapolis where the head prosecutor for the graft and corruption cases and his entire staff resigned over ICE. And you have problems like that all over the country. And sure, Pam Bondi could do something bold, like have appoint Jason Miyares as a special prosecutor, and he would do a heck of a job. But for him to get staff, he's got to work around DOJ, because a lot of these staffers were career civil service employees who under DOJ, when they quit, you have to do a lot of work to get those slots back to hire people in. So, and you have this problem in Department of Justice, local Department of Justice offices and regions all over the country. So she wants these cases to be brought up, but in some parts of the country, like Minneapolis, literally has no one to do it. So I don't know where that case or some of the cases out on the West Coast, particularly Seattle, are going to go when you have these lead prosecutors quit, take the staff with them, and there's a big hole to fill. And you can't just go switch, everything to Texas or something and try it there.
Amy, it's a lot of excuses. You're probably right. I mean, maybe you're right. But do you understand that here's the problem? This is what I was trying to tell Doug. And I've turned on this because I was Bondi's biggest defender for a year. She's a personal friend of mine. I love her to death. And she's been very good to me. Very good. 10. But you got to get results. Buffalo fired McDermott after losing another playoff game. You've got to get results. I don't care how you get them. You got to get them. And she's got none. None that's going to satisfy the MAGA base that wants accountability. And so we can sit here and talk about this and that. There's probably 100 reasons. Just go do something. Arrest somebody. Nothing will happen to the Clintons. Nothing will happen to Fry. Nothing will happen to the governor, Walz. Nothing ever happens to them. They just do whatever they want. They give us the middle finger. They laugh their ass off. If they get in charge, everybody goes to jail. That's the way they roll. We just don't roll that way, and I think it's time for change. I respect what you're saying, and you're probably right, logically. You're probably right. I'd have to dig into it, but your logic is probably sound. But it doesn't matter because we need action. And I think you need a change there. And it can't be a change with some do-nothinger. It's got to be somebody that's committed to action. And we just haven't seen it. And that's the problem, Amy. I mean, you're right, but it's not satisfying. It's like, this bowl of soup is good for you. Well, where's the chicken in it? Well, you don't need that. You got like peas and beans and stuff. Now I want chicken. It's not satisfying. It's like eating Chinese food. Hour later, you're rummaging around your refrigerator, Amy. That goes, right? All right, Amy, thank you. Let's get to last caller, Yay. What do we got here? Adrian in Ontario, Canada. Adrian, good to hear from you, young man.
Yes, good morning. I'm not young, actually. I'm the same age as you, I believe. So.
Well, you sound young.
I just wanted to say this very briefly. Okay, yeah. We have a lot of problems here. Carney is a communist. I've said this from the very beginning. Your president helped him be elected. your president helped him be elected. The opposition party, the Conservatives, were going to win. And Donald Trump said, I like this guy. And that was the end of that. We are in serious trouble here in Canada. You need to understand what's going on here. It's not a game. There's a digital war going to go up in Canada in the next month, and it's going to shut us down. They are uncontrollable. They are destroying this country, and if you let it go on, you will have to spend $4 trillion for national defense on your northern border, because this guy is going to bring in Chinese military advisors. They have built a fleet of icebreakers to get through the northern approaches so that they can get oil back to China. This is not a game. This is real. I'm looking at you on the TV now. I'm looking at your face. I am terrified, absolutely terrified. There was Steve Bannon had a guy on from National Pulse, who was an Englishman in Canada. He knows nothing of what's going on up here. Please get the leader of the opposition of Canada on, Pierre Poilievre from the Conservative Party. Please talk to him. All he talks about is the cost of housing. I am terrified, John. I am absolutely terrified. Okay,
I didn't know that Poilievre, after he got defeated so soundly, was still the leader of the Conservative Party in Canada.
Is, and there's going to be a rally or something in the next few weeks, and he's going to be either deposed or he'll get nominated again to be the leader.
What do you think?
I don't care about him.
You don't care about
I think he could get deposed. But you've got Carney going to China. We are not communist. I am not communist. The majority of Canadians are not communist, John. We're being tarred with the same brush. We are being tarred with the same brush. You need to do a whole thing on this, because this threatens the security and safety of the United States. And President Trump has made a calculated error, and it's going to cost Canadians their freedom and free speech.
Who would be the best person for me to have there that could tell us what's going on?
Okay. Do not talk to Viva Fry. Forget him. He's escaped to Florida, so that he's a non-starter. Rebel News probably, but he has an axe to grind. And you also need to know that there is a guy who was from the Freedom Protest who's claiming diplomatic political asylum because they want to put him in jail. It's just you have the Democrats, and when they're in power, they have committees. They link it to the justice system, and they have people arrested and put in jail. It's exactly the same that happened here. Unfortunately, you didn't cover the Freedom Protest. Steve Bannon did not cover the Freedom Protest. If you had, I've been there. I was there. It was totally peaceful from beginning to end, and it's not stopping. They're suing people.
What's going on with your Alberta secessionist movement? Is that real?
That's very real.
How do you get it done?
Real. But President Trump has to come out and specify if they want to join the U.S., we will take them. No frilling around, okay? Because if he takes Alberta, Canada will collapse. I've been doing podcasting since 2016. I predicted this since 2016. I knew what was coming. I have a very good friend who's moved to Florida. I ran a riding for a candidate for the PPC, and I'm not an idiot. I know what I'm doing.
Well, okay. It's good to hear from Adrian in Ontario. I'm going to look up Rebel News. I had the guy on, I think, once or twice, if I remember, maybe not. But I'll look him up. But I want to thank you, Adrian in Ontario. We got to do more about kind of call in again, because it's my callers that really drive what we do. So thank you for doing that.